Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, boo.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm no longer sick. Hey.
Finally. The fuck you have to do? Sacrifice the goat to Jesus so
I
you can get
definitely
over it?
did. I definitely did at the sunrise, right at the exact time. And then it was granted. So this cold is gone and I'm hyped.
That's great. My attitude is better at work.
That is good. Did something change or you just decided to be like,
I
let me
mean,
get
I
it
still
together?
gotta go in that bitch every day, so I might as well just get my attitude together because it's not like I got a new job.
Yeah, so I guess you gotta make the most of it. And as bad as it sucks, it could be worse.
Yeah. What you do this weekend? It was a holiday weekend.
Yeah, so we got extra days. And I went to a wedding
Mm-hmm.
and that was really cool. Um,
That wedding of that girl that y'all say I was mean to, that I don't even damn remember.
because you were drunk.
Oh.
You were drunk, which it normally happens. That's the only
Oh,
time you mean to people
that's
most
so
of the time.
simple.
But yeah, it was a really nice
Hold on, what
wedding.
did you just say? You said I'm only mean to people when I'm drunk?
I said mostly.
Nah, I didn't hear that part. Nah, y'all hear that, listeners? I want
Mm-mm.
y'all to write that shit down. I'm only mean to people when I'm drunk. That
Mm-hmm.
means I'm nice. I am kind.
And for
I
the
am...
listeners that actually know Shay, you know that that's bullshit. So yeah. I'm just saying a lot of those instances when new people come around, that's usually when you're mean to them is when you're drunk. It's usually not when you're sober and we're just sitting around chilling.
Well, maybe we should stop introducing motherfuckers to the circle
Well,
when we
all right.
drinking.
Oh, well, all right. Sober friend circle. That shall be interesting.
What else did you do this weekend?
Um, went to football Sunday and got blasted.
Yes, ma'am.
So blasted that I had to spend the night with my whole family at my best friend's house
Oh,
because
did you?
we could not make it home. So yeah,
That's funny.
that's about it. What you do this weekend?
Just stuff with the kid, like laser tag and bowling
Oh, that
and
sounds like fun.
stuff. It wasn't, what would
Hmm?
have been fun? Sitting in the house. I did not want to get out the bed. I didn't want to do all that. I
We
had
are
to
so
run around
washed.
for JT. I just,
Is he back?
no. That's why I had to run around for his ass
Oh
because he
man.
ain't here to take care of his own goddamn things.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah. Pissing me the fuck off. All I wanted to do was sit in the bed. I think that's all I want to do
Every
every
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah,
Like,
we're washed. Like literally, I would be content with sitting around catching up on shows, maybe watching a couple of documentaries and sleeping and chilling and not leaving the house. But I have people that came from my womb that get bored easily.
right?
And I have to leave the house sometimes. So it sucks.
Yeah. This weekend, I gotta do stuff, and I'm not excited about it.
This weekend coming up?
Yeah, I have to go see the baby.
Yay. At least that's fun stuff. I love babies.
I love
Ooh,
babies
toot, toot.
too, but I'd rather, like today I saw the baby on FaceTime, and I felt
Aww.
like, oh,
That
that's
was good
cute.
enough. So you thought that
Yeah,
was good enough? You
yeah,
know damn well.
yeah.
That's like if you had a new baby and I was like, girl, just FaceTime me. You'd be like, what? I
I
say,
know,
what?
I know that it's trash. I'm just saying, in my mind, like, oh look, because what the fuck is he about to be doing when I get there? The
Looking
same
cute as
goddamn thing.
shit.
But sleep, sleep with his fresh newborn ass.
That's all newborns do is sleep. Oh my gosh. Can I make both of my newborns again so they can sleep? But
Mm-mm.
not sleep because they wake up every 2 to 3 damn hours. looking for a damn meal. But anyway, we digress.
That's all I did this weekend. I just ran errands and I bought, I buy all this vegan food, and then after I put it up in the house, I'd be like, all right, let's go out to eat. I gotta cut that shit out. So,
and I know it's expensive as hell buying that vegan food. So
it's not from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, Trader Joe's is kind of lit.
Okay, well, that's it.
So we are on episode 10. Double
that's
digits.
a big deal.
I know, double digits in this thing. Nice whole round number right there with episode 10.
Oh, I wonder what 10 means in numerology. I'm about to Google it.
Know.
Actually, numerology, I'm thinking about it. 10 is just 1 because the 0 is a 0. It says the 0 is an intensifier.
So it's a lit ass 1.
Basically.
Okay. All right. Well, we on episode lit ass 1.
It says destiny is indicated through the 10. It's a starting point and a launching pad for us to tap into our individuality, independence, creativity, and leadership. So you know what I think that means? What? Motherfuckers about to start listening to
us. Okay. They about to be like, you know what? This joint is tight. You know what? Let me just every week. And I'm going to tell a friend. And I'm going to get that friend to tell a friend. Like we've been telling y'all every week. But this time for episode 10, y'all really going to do it.
Because the 0 is the intensifier. You heard me?
Okay, so it's intensifying us to tell y'all to listen. Because y'all wouldn't be listening right now if this wasn't good. If y'all wasn't entertaining and we wasn't like the friends that y'all never had, you wouldn't be listening. So we appreciate y'all.
Some of us are really friends, huh?
I know some of y'all really are our real life friends, and we definitely appreciate y'all because y'all not only hear us on the podcast, you hear us in real life. So it's like double the love, double the fun.
Before we start, I would just like to say that last week I was drinking a lot. I think I said fuck the listeners about 5 times just by myself.
But we say it lovingly, not like F y'all, get the hell out of here. It's just like, fuck out of here, don't be judging us. Because most of the time when we say fuck that, it's because we about to be drinking, fuck that shit. We not about to be explaining ourselves. It's not like fuck y'all.
So I just want to say I'm sorry, don't blame me.
You're apologizing? Oh.
I apologize.
Intensifier.
Leos are the ones that we're not gonna start this shit.
We already did numerology. Now we're going into astrology. They're like, where's the topic? Like we all over the place this week.
And I got something else I want to talk about, but I'm gonna do that to the end after we finish. These bitches are crazy, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm excited. So this week we are talking about hair things. We're talking about hair.
Don't touch my hair.
I hate you. Look. So I feel like that is a very popular topic amongst women, but definitely Black women. And there are many per what am I trying to say? Not perceptions. Misconceptions about Black hair. There's different stands on Black hair, on what people should be and what they shouldn't be doing with their hair, what people prefer. That's what I was trying to say, preference. With how they do their hair. So I just feel like it's a good topic just to kind of delve into and even open up the dialogue after the episode on our question of the day on what you guys think, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, this week's topic is hair.
So what prompted this topic, Dice?
I was actually on Netflix being a lazy bum, and I ran across the movie with Sanaa Lathan and Lynn Whitfield, Happily Ever After. So the crazy thing is, I don't know if it was earlier this year or when they started filming, or maybe it was last year, because I follow Sanaa Lathan on Instagram, and then I saw the post when she shaved her head, and I was just like, what is she doing? So what the heck is going on? So, and that is my husband's, one of my husband's, eye candy crushes. He loves Sanaa Lathan. So we were really trying to figure out, is she going through this whole situation? Because people are accusing her of the whole Beyonce scandal. So she
was that around the same time?
I thought it was around the same time. So I'm just is she just kind of oh my God, I'm about to shave my head, or what was going on? But anyway, later on, come to find out it was for a movie. So I actually ran across that movie. I think it was released on Netflix like in September or so, but I just ran across it in the past week or so. And yeah.
Did you like it?
So I do, but I feel like the character Violet was super extra. And if you have not seen the movie and you plan on watching the movie, these are spoilers. You might want to fast forward a little bit or hit pause, go watch it, and then press play so that you can feel like we had some commentating together. But I like the movie. I love the concept of it, but Violet was extra, and her mom was extremely annoying. With how she was so obsessed with her daughter's looks and trying to be perfect, which she created a daughter that turned into a perfectionist pretty much. And yeah, her ass ended up snapping and then going through this whole like journey of self-discovery and, you know, shaved off all her hair and was just like, look, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like not being able to get my hair wet, and I gotta wake up and fix my hair before my dude wakes up, and it was just a lot. And she's just like, you know what? F it.
I didn't like it.
You didn't? Tell me why.
Because have you ever seen the movie she's in, and it's like, what is it called? Damn, I'm gonna have to look it up. Is it called something new with the white guy?
Well, she was messing with the white guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I felt like this was extremely similar in the sense that, like, in Something New, she was very well put together. She was she was an accountant. Mm-hmm. That's what she was. She was very well put together. She had her weave, you know, and she wasn't married. And her mom also was very, not as much as Lynn Whitfield, but very much involved in her life. Like, when you gonna find a man? When you gonna do this? When you gonna do that?
Right.
So, you know, she hooks up with the white guy. The white guy is basically telling her, like, you need to live your life. You need to do, you're too straight and narrow. So she takes the weave out. She embraces her natural hair. She ends up meeting a black dude, but ultimately she takes the route with the white guy.
Right.
With this movie, I kind of feel like it was kind of the same with just a little
twist.
Minor. Yeah.
But this was actually based off a book.
I know, but I'm just saying, I never read the book, so I can't go off. I'm sure the book is better because
books are always better than the movie. Always.
But I just feel like they used her shaving her head off as like the catalyst for the like.
Okay, well, why don't we just put you in here? But what I didn't know, just a little tidbit, because you know you call me little Google. I didn't know that Halle Berry was a producer on this movie.
Nah,
which is really interesting because I didn't know she was like getting her little producer hat going. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I saw Sanaa Lathan was an executive producer, and I was like, well, she should be. She had to fucking shave her head off.
I wonder how much she got paid for that, honey.
I just felt like there was the name would imply that it would. I just felt like they could have did more with the hair piece. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of touched on it, but I don't really think they did, or they could have with the hair piece. They focused more so on just her becoming free and her becoming a different person, and that's all well and fine. I just felt like I saw that was something new. So with this, I was expecting to get more into the hair trials, because there's a lot of I felt like there was just more that could be said with just your hair,
right? And it seemed like it was really tied into that relationship as well, which I was like, okay, like he was annoying as well, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, it was a little extra for me, like how her mom, and I don't even remember what her mom's name was in the joint. I'm just gonna call her Lynn Whitfield, Violet's mom. She was just so extra and so overbearing about her daughter. She would come over like and daggone hot comb and flat iron her adult daughter's hair, which was super extra. Like, I mean, if my daughter was like, hey, like, I can't do it myself, like, and I'm not trying to go to the salon, can you help me? But like, she literally was like barging in houses and like, yo, let me get your hair together, and everything got to be perfect because she thought she was being proposed to. But yeah, it was the premise, and like I said, the book probably is lit because the movies are usually not as good as the book because you can be more descriptive and go a little bit more in depth when it comes to books. But the premise was good, but yeah, it was kind of certain parts that was extra and to me felt unrealistic. But overall, it was straight to me.
Yeah, there was a lot of that too, like the unrealistic piece. I was just like,
It's like, would we
I
really
don't
do
know.
that? Or maybe it's just us. So I'm like, I couldn't see me doing that, but all right.
I just felt like I guess my expectations weren't met because I'm thinking it's going to really delve into like out like Black women and their hair struggles and how it like
Right.
affects work, it affects your relationships, it affects your friendships, and
But
you know,
it's like they
I felt
scratched it barely. Like they kind of did the
yeah,
whole hair at work thing. Cause like, remember when she went to work and like when her hair was shaved, like just the kind of like the little comments that her boss made was like, when I say, you know, you need some rest, I didn't mean like, you know, like that
and
sort of thing.
that's what I'm saying. Like they scratched the surface, but I could never tell somebody that's not Black to go watch that movie to understand exactly how I feel
Oh,
about my hair.
definitely not.
And I guess I thought that's what the movie was going to give me, and
Right.
instead it was, it was still a great message, like self discovery. There was
Right.
some feminism type stuff in
Free
there, like
yourself.
go you. But
Right.
I got that with something new, so whatever. Moving on.
Right. I don't remember, so I'm not even sure why I'm bringing it up. But some years ago, I don't know what year it came out, but Chris Rock had like a documentary about good hair,
Yes.
bad hair, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I don't know why I'm bringing it up because I don't remember the specifics of it. I guess I should have watched it before we chatted. But I know I remember like I kind of felt conflicted after watching it, but like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't remember everything that was said and was done. But I remember watching that as well.
I do. I'm the same. I remember watching it, but I don't remember
Details.
the details. But I feel like that was another one of those that I felt it could have done better.
Right.
Like, and this is totally off topic, but remember there was a documentary that came out. I think it was called like Dark. What's it called? It wasn't called Dark Girls, was it? Yes.
It was called Dark Girls?
Yes, Dark Girls. They had one called Dark Girls, and they had one like Dark Girls is a story of color, gender, and race.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. You probably just don't remember because
Yeah.
it was. I remember it was pretty popular. It came out like in 2010 or 11 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And not that it has anything to do with hair per se, but I felt like it did a better job at like it was talking about colorism basically, and I felt like that was a good documentary. Like if I wanted somebody to know about how I felt about colorism or wanted to try to better explain to them how I felt, I'd be like, oh, check out Dark Girls.
Right.
But good hair and When Happily Ever After.
It's like sugar coated.
Yeah.
It's really washed, like real watered down, I should say.
So let's get to the nitty gritty because we are Black women
For
and
sure.
we have hair.
And we are.
We have edges.
I do.
So I have locks.
Mm-hmm.
I have had these locks. January will be 7 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been natural for 8 or 9. One of them.
Wow. So I have permed hair, and I have literally had a perm since I can remember. Like, I could not tell you if somebody said, Dice, for $1 million, what does your natural hair look like? Bing! I'd be like, shit, lost the money, my G. Like, literally, my mom permed my hair at a young, well, she didn't perm it herself, but she took me to a salon and got me a kitty perm at a young age because she was like, my hair was thick, and she is definitely not the I'm about to sit down part and do your hair type chick. So she took me to the salon and was like, we're gonna have to like get a perm. And so she got me a perm, and my babysitter's granddaughters actually used to do cornrows and stuff in my hair, but in between that my mom would have to do my hair, and she just like was not here for it and was just like, you had to put a perm in her hair to maintain it, not to maintain it, but to like to make it manageable. And like I said, I don't know, I would have to go looking through some baby pictures to like kind of see, but I don't remember my hair being super crazy because my dad like had like my grandfather's Filipino and my dad is Filipino and Black, but my mom is for the most part all Black. So it's not like my hair was like super, I wouldn't think it would be super unmanageable, but I mean, who knows, like I didn't have to do it at that age. So
Right.
But yeah, perm pretty much as far back as I can remember.
So I used to have a perm, obviously. There's this little thing going around on social media, and it's like, what's the craziest thing your parents ever lied to you about?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is a lie, but I remember I wanted a perm so bad as a kid because I couldn't. I still to this day don't know how to do nobody's goddamn hair, and I just wanted to get a perm. I just wanted it to be straight because I'm like, okay, if it's straight, I could just wear it straight. I put it in a ponytail. I can go on about my life.
Right.
My mom told me that her grandmother told her that you should not get a perm until you start your period.
Oh.
Have you ever heard that?
No, I didn't hear that. And if that's the case, I got a perm way before my period started.
So I got a perm a month before my period started, and I got in so much trouble.
Ooh.
And I, to this day, I don't know why I got in that much goddamn trouble. Like, I was punished for a month at
Yikes.
11.
I mean, did you sneak and do it yourself?
So here's what I think it is. My mom stopped doing my hair in 6th grade. Like, would not do it. So my friend, she would do it for me, or I would just go to school looking a mess. Like, if you saw my pictures from the school year, you would be like, what in the fuck?
So what was the reason why she stopped doing your hair? She was just like, I just don't have time for this?
I don't know. So my father's second wife, who I call mommy, she was a hairstylist. Mm-hmm. So for the longest, when I would go over there, they would do, she would do my hair, but you're a kid, your hair only lasts for so long.
Right, and then if sweating and running.
Right, and if I couldn't get over there for whatever reason, or if it was just too hectic that weekend, sometimes I wouldn't get it done. So finally, my dad was just like, I guess he was tired of seeing my fucking hair looking mess, so he let mommy perm my hair. Mm-hmm. So I come home, I'm feeling myself like, look at that bitch, look at that bitch.
Flowing.
It was like, okay, I'm all over the place. Remember have you seen Eve's Bayou?
Yes.
Remember when Megan Good cut her hair after her mama told her not to?
Yeah.
And she came home feeling herself and her mom smacked the shit out of her?
That was exactly you.
That is literally what happened. So I went home and I was just like, yes, look at me. My mom, she kirked or whatever. I remember me telling her I hated her. She like literally beat my ass to the point where I had like a bruise and somebody saw it at school and CPS called. Jesus. So then when she came home the next day, she was like, bitch, I beat your ass again. I don't give a fuck about no CPS. How dare you call? And I'm like, listen, nigga, I just wanted my fucking hair done.
Right. Like you stopped doing it. What was I supposed to do?
And then a month later, my period started. So that didn't help because it was like, bitch, you could have waited one more month and you could have got it done. But
I mean, you ain't know when that joint was coming.
Right. But then I felt like, well, my dad, he authorized it. Like, I do have two parents. So if my dad, you know what I'm saying?
It's not like you went to the store, bought it, and put it in your hair yourself.
Right. So I kind of feel like it was because she didn't like mommy. She didn't like my dad. And so it was just like,
I'm going to take it out on you.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So what made you want to go natural?
So I feel like I was just actually about to say that. So I feel like my mom put a hex on me because the whole time that I had a perm, my hair was just so damaged. Like, it looked healthy, but if you like combed it up, the middle was so short.
Like a lot of breakage.
Like really bad. So much so that when I was 16, I had to cut my hair real short. And like, it was like the little Halle Berry cut, which is cute now as an adult, but when you're 16, you ain't trying to be bald headed. Like, that ain't cute when you're 16.
Right.
So I just always had troubles with my hair. Like, my hair always would break, and I would always like get it to a certain length and it would start breaking again. I would have to cut it off, and it was just this cycle. So my ex-boyfriend, fuck you, Kenny, he
naming names, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't care. He broke my little heart or whatever. So I just cut my hair. Like, I just literally cut all my perm off in my bathroom. And
how short was your hair? Did you do it like a Tamar shave?
It was a little longer than that, but it was. I'll show you a picture, but I have a picture on my Instagram. But it was like when it kind of started to grow up. But my hair was like really, really, really short. I cut my hair all the way off.
Oh wow!
Because I just wanted to. Women when they go through things, they get dramatic.
I actually, when I brought up the Tamar thing, like she kind of said the same thing. Like, you know, she was going through her divorce situation. I guess all stuff like behind the scenes with her sisters and stuff. Like she kind of said something similar. Like, you know, I'm tired of feeling. Well, it wasn't about a relationship, even though she doesn't say. But I'm sure like the stress of like the divorce and the embarrassment and all that stuff. Like basically, like she's tired of being held captive by a wig, a weave, people's comments, people's opinions, and all that stuff like that. And they normally say like people a lot of times do the big chop when they want like a drastic change in their life. Like it kind of symbolizes like, you know, cutting off all the dead weight, or like, you know, whether it's relationships, people, or activities and behavior. Like it's kind of like a reset button. And they say it's really liberating and freeing. I will never know that feeling in my life, because never will I ever. Okay.
Really?
Never.
I think it was definitely it definitely was liberating for me, like, because once you cut it, ain't nothing you could do. I love being able to just get up in the morning, that wash and go. If anybody ever had, they call it a T, well, I don't know what they call it now, but back then they called it a TWA, or a teeny weeny afro. And or we used to call it a cookie bush. Don't ask me where we got that term from. But there was nothing better than me getting up, taking a shower real quick, getting out, putting a little bit of eco salad in there, swooping them edges down with a little clip. That'll take like 5 minutes, girl. I'll be in and out.
Oh, let me not be insensitive. So for any of our listeners that are non-Black and don't know what the hell we talking about perm versus natural, let me just give you a couple definitions, because that's what I am, you know. I'm just want to keep you informed. So when we talk about a perm, most non-Black people, when they say perm, is to like chemically make their hair curly, to permanently make their hair curly. That's where they get the perm from. It's like a permanent curl for their hair. But Black women, when we say perm, it's actually referring to permanently straightening their hair, also, you know, known as a relaxer. And when we say natural, that is basically referring to Black women who have
black ass hair.
Basically, your texture has not been altered by any chemicals. Like it's in its raw state. Basically, it's natural form. So I just wanted to put that out there, because not everybody, I don't want to assume that everybody knows what the hell we're talking about when we say a perm, and they're like, oh, you just want to make your hair curly. Like, no, I definitely do not. I can do that naturally. I want it to be straight. And so yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, I could not imagine in this whole life of Dice ever being natural. When I was pregnant with my son, right before I got pregnant, I needed a touch up. So, and I'm not one of those that get touch ups is like it's a perm, but like you don't perm your whole hair, you just doing like the new growth, the roots, and you're just like perming that to like so they match the rest of your hair pretty much.
You are so nice.
I'm just letting people know. I don't want people to be lost. I want our listeners to know what the hell we're talking about. I don't want them to be like, look, what is this permanent touch-up thing that you're talking about? So I was definitely due for a touch-up. And then I got knocked up. And I don't know how true it is, but I have abided by it, that you're not supposed to get your hair permed while you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it for my daughter, but luckily I think I had got my hair done for my birthday. So I was already fresh before I got knocked up. But with my son, no, it was needed. And then I got pregnant. So like I literally, excuse me, by the time I gave birth to my son, I hadn't had a perm in like a year and a half. And that is the closest to me being in my natural state. And it was horrible. I also try not to get relaxers in the beginning stages of me nursing. So I had to wait even longer to get a relaxer. And I just was unhappy. Like my hair was like, to me, I just did not like it. Like my roots were so thick.
Girl,
and I was not here for it. I was like, I literally wore a ponytail, it felt like, for a year straight. Like I just was like, I don't know what else to do with this stuff. So when I was able to get a relaxer and a touch-up, because I actually had to get a full one at that point, I ran to the nearest Dominican salon and they got me all the way right. But yeah, that's the closest I've been. And I actually had friends that was like, girl, you might as well just cut the perm part off at this point and go natural. I said, look, You can kiss my ass.
I saw like the other day on Facebook Memories, your baby shower pictures popped up, and so I mean, and I feel like this is what every woman, but
I look the fuck
somebody
terrible at my
out
baby shower.
here would love your hair because if you're saying that you went a year and a half without a relaxer, which I could never. Like my hair, no, I had to get a touch up every 8 weeks, like clockwork. It was no skipping that shit. If it at any moment I stopped doing that shit, for sure was about to be looking like Miss Seeley.
So you used to
Like
do it every 8 weeks? Like I only get two a year. I get
that's
two relaxers a
that's what
year.
I'm saying. So now this is something all the listeners may not know, but there are different grades of hair. You got your for the black people usually like a three. What is it? A B
You know,
C.
I never
The
understood the numbers thing. Like
mm-hmm.
I never understood that.
Well, honey, let me tell you, a 4C hoe like me had to get hers every 8 weeks.
So is it the
Okay.
higher the number, the more tighter your curls are?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it.
And if you're into relaxers, the more often you fucking need one. So I'm
Right.
definitely a 4C, hands down. Um, ain't no twice a year. Ain't no twice a year for me. I like I said, every 8 weeks. Maybe if I wasn't getting them done every week, so I would have my hair wouldn't have been breaking off. But then I would have been super duper natural, and that's not the effect that I wanted to have back then.
Right.
So it was just a fucking cycle of fuck shit. I hated it.
Yeah, I just don't know anything different. Like, and I don't want to experience anything different. Anybody who knows me, like the people that are close to me, like when it comes to my hair, I am a super plain Jane. Like, I am not out here getting cuts and different styles. Like, literally, my hair is straight down. Like, I think what the most dramatic thing I did, and I literally cried. Um, I went and I was like, I wanted layers. Like, I wanted layers. I went to it was a predominantly white salon, and the Asian girl cut in, and I got highlights. The highlights were lit. They look really, really nice, but it was super extreme for me because, like I said, like, yeah, I don't put color and stuff like that in my hair, but I got these highlights, and she cut my layers. And apparently the way my hair grows, like my hair is shorter in the back, and with layers the back sets the tone with how short your hair is going to be, and like then they cut the layers going upwards.
Mm.
Well, honey, I got out that salon and my hair was like just touching my shoulders. So look, I'm calling my best friend, I'm on the phone in tears like, all of my hair is gone. And she's like super positive and super like, I'm sure it looks great. Like I know it's just a shock right now. And like in all honesty, like probably like a couple weeks later, like it was super healthy. First of all, because she must have cut off like every piece of dead anything on my daggone scalp. But hair was super healthy. The cut was lit after it grew out a little bit. The color was nice. So after a while, like I was here for it, but like I'm just not that person that does extreme stuff with my hair. Like it was a big deal this summer when I went and got the daggone box braids.
Yes, it was.
Like the time before then, the time before that I got braids was in high school, and I went to the little African braiding joint in Silver Spring, Maryland that everybody used to go to. I don't know if it's still there, but everybody would go there where it's like two ladies working on your head at once. Anyway, they were super tight, and one fell out in the front of my head. I was traumatized. To this day, there's still a spot in the front of my edges that's a little bit
Oh
lighter than the
no.
rest of my edges. So self-conscious about it. Nobody else probably even could pay like
Notices.
knows, but to me, I'm like, yep, that's why I showed it right there because that braid fell out in high school, and I was like, I'm never getting any daggone braids in my hair ever in life. But I just wanted to try something different, and I got some box braids this summer, and it was lit, and I like them. But that's like a big deal for me. Like I'm so plain Jane, so yeah, me going natural and doing a big chop, they would just be like, yo, she's literally about to lose her mind. Like,
The
she must be
Britney
going,
Spears.
like, for real, they would be like, something's going on in her household. Like, we need to have a intervention with her. Like, we don't know what's going on. Like, for real.
I've been saying I want to cut my locks and I cut them shorter, even though I didn't even cut them as short as I was going to. I was talking cash money shit. And as soon as I started cutting them, I was like, oh no, baby, come back. So
First of all, you brave for cutting your own hair anyway. Like, I would die. Because I would be scared that it's not even, or like, I might mess up. Like, first of all, you're lit just for cutting your own hair. How about that?
well, I mean, it's actually like now that I'm kind of used to this length, I want to cut it just a little shorter. I'm just going to wait though until summer because, built-in scarf is happening here
I
with
know,
this,
right?
with
Keep
this
that neck
hair.
warm.
Right. It's about to transition into the cold months. So
For sure.
I'm going to keep it cute for now, but I think that I don't want to cut them all the way off. I know that now, but I definitely want to cut them shorter. I just want that carefreeness that I had when I had short hair. Like retwisting locks and is a process. Going to the pool and getting out with all that water in your locks is heavy.
It's got to be
fuck.
heavy because with them damn box braids, I thought my whole neck was going to come off. So I could only imagine locks, like holding all that water and stuff is like, oh my Jesus. And it probably takes forever to dry.
Forever to dry, but you have to dry it because your locks can get mildew in them if you don't dry them. So you have to make sure you dry them correctly. You have to, I know for me, I have to do apple cider vinegar rinses every so often because the product buildup will get in my hair. And legit, if you've ever seen me do an apple cider vinegar rinse, I'll dump my hair in there. And even if I just wash my hair, it could be freshly washed hair. And once I do that rinse, it'll still be like dirt because of the buildup that's like so deep into my roots and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really like that when I cut my hair, I was able to do an apple cider vinegar rinse. And it was like, because I guess the buildup is growing down into my locks, like I cut a lot of that product buildup out.
So they're a lot healthier now then.
I think so. And it's just a fucking lot, like I feel like, no shade, but white people just gotta wash their hair every day and keep it moving.
But and that's another thing. So the washing of hair is a process for most Black women. And a lot of non-Black women, they wash their hair every day. Like, I've worked with several non-Black women who literally will wash their hair in the shower in the morning, and it would just dry on the way to work, sometimes while they're sitting at their desk. We don't do that.
But I know why. Or I think I know why.
Well, I was on Google, but I know why I do it personally, but I just wanted to make sure that, like, I just wasn't a weirdo. But it's basically like our hair dries out a lot quicker than non-Black people. So a lot of times, like, the non-Black people, like, they have like all this excess oil. It makes their hair really like weighed down. It looks like really like, stringy. I don't want to say dirty, but yeah, stringy. So they're washing it every day so they can get the fullness. It doesn't look weighed down. We're the opposite, where it's like a lot of times our hair and our scalp is super dry. So if we wash our hair every day, it would be dry. Like, it would be unhealthy, brittle, that sort of thing. So a lot of times, like, we might go 2 weeks or me longer without washing our hair because we want to retain those natural oils, and it actually makes our hair healthier. So that's what I looked into. And I go longer than 2 weeks. You can judge your mama, like, whatever. But, like, that alone is just a whole process. Like, my hair, even though I have a relaxer, like, naturally, I believe my hair is thick and it holds a lot of water. So I'm literally under the dryer for like an hour. And
an hour? I wish. Listen, I'm not even about to get in dryers. I fucking hate dryers. Like, and I thought that when I got locks, I would avoid them. But then when I realized, because I was at first in my beginning stages of my locks, I was a air dry fool. So then when I started learning more about like my hair and how it could become mildewy and things like that, I have to get under the dryer. So now I literally have the little hooded dryer that I just tie onto my head and I go to sleep because I ain't got time.
In college, when I wasn't obviously going to the salon because I didn't trust a random North Carolina salon. I actually went there. Another store. I mean, it's about hair, but my mom sent me some money because I needed to get my hair done because there was something going on campus. I needed my hair done. Went there. The lady was like, which these are words that most Black women do not want to hear. You need your ends trim. That to me, like, I just don't want to hear that shit as much as I know that is mandatory for us in our healthiness. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, especially when it's a lady that I don't normally go to. Like, I don't want to hear you need your insurance because some people get sense of happy, and that's what happened in North Carolina. Literally, my ends trim turned into like, ma'am, you got a bob. Like, literally, my hair was like a long bob. Like, my best friend at the time was like, "Why did you cut your hair?" I was like, "Bitch, did you think that I went there and I asked for this?" Like, literally, the lady said I need my ends trim. So I just I don't like getting my ends trimmed, but it's a necessary evil because if you don't and you let it go on with time, then it's just gonna make more breakage, and then you're gonna need your hair cut. It's gonna go from needing a trim to like a whole full ass cut. But I forgot what I was talking about North Carolina in the salon. Yeah, I don't know where I was
We were
going
talking
with
about
that.
the dryer.
The dryer.
The putting it on and going to sleep.
Oh yeah. So when I was in college, like I couldn't afford to go to the salon like every 2 or 3 weeks. So a friend of mine would do like wash and goes. Like, she was like, "Girl, you gotta do wash your hair, put some leave-in conditioner, like a little bit of mousse and stuff like that, and like it'll curl up and you can like even put it in a ponytail, have like a little curly little poof, blah blah. Just put put the product in your hair and like put the hooded dryer on, and you can go to sleep in the joint and you can wake up and it'll be dry." It was actually cute. Like, I tried it and it was cute. I've only tried it one other time in my life, and that was when I think I was dating my husband. We went to a water park, and afterwards, like, I did a little wash because I wanted to get the chlorine and stuff out of my hair. So I did like a little wash, put some conditioner and mousse in it to kind of like keep the curl, and it was cute. And my really, really good non-Black friend loved it. And like, literally, I don't know how many years ago that was. A lot of years ago, because what? Me and my husband are married, about to be 8 years. Yeah, like, it was pretty like 9 years ago. Like, she's still been bugging me about doing my hair like that again, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. That's just a little different for me. I'm just gonna leave it with the straight down. That's what I'm gonna keep with. But yeah, that dryer situation is nothing nice. And then if you I usually go to Dominican salons because I don't have a full 24 hours to sit in a Black salon anymore.
Let's talk about it.
Look,
Jesus.
because look.
Let me tell you. No, we're taking a goddamn break. Let me address you, stylists. I don't know what in the good goddamn hell is wrong with y'all, but I don't got time. I had to break this down. Okay. I don't know how to do hair, y'all. Contrary to popular belief, all Black women don't know how to do hair, and I don't know how to do shit. I don't even know how to wrap hair.
What? And you had a perm?
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not judging. That's not judgment.
It sounded like all the judgment.
My voice got a little high, but it wasn't judgment.
High with judgment. Okay. So, like I said earlier, my father's second wife did hair. Her daughter, my sister, can do enough for me to get by. My neighbor across the street, she did hair. Then into my adulthood, my sisters, like almost every one of her girlfriends knew how to do hair. So I literally have been going to people I know my whole life. So I know about the salon experience. I saw it from afar. But recently I had to take my daughter to the hair salon. We're shopping around trying to find somebody down here that's reliable, that we can maybe call on short-term notice and not have to goddamn schedule an appointment a month goddamn in advance, bitches.
Right.
But so I walk in the salon. It was the day before school, so it was a lot of people in there. So I just sat down. Like, I didn't say anything because it was quiet. After waiting for 40 minutes, finally somebody goes, "Hey, who you here for?" So I had to look at my phone because I didn't even... Child, again, I'm used to coming in and somebody being like, "All right, boo, come on, sit down, I got you." So I finally was like, "Oh, Patty." So Patty was like, "Well, you gotta announce yourself when you come in. You gotta say who you here for and da da da." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't."
I'm psychic.
I wouldn't know that because I don't fucking go in no salons. So in my mind, I'm thinking when you walk into a business, somebody would be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
A greeter.
And nobody fucking did that. Because I know back in the, and it could be different, but back in the day when mommy had her shop, when Miss Sherelle had her shop, they had a receptionist.
A
You walked
receptionist.
in.
And if they didn't, like, everybody would look up and be like, hey, how can we
Right.
help you? I got a
So
story for you too, but go ahead with yours. Go ahead.
ultimately, we were in there for like 3 hours, and it's because they had 50 million goddamn heads in there. And then my other thing was like, okay, I got there 5 minutes before. I got there 5 minutes before my appointment, so you knew who you booked, right?
Right.
So it shouldn't have even been that hard to figure out who I was there for. Had
Most
you
black
greeted me when I walked
salons
in.
overbook.
Well, that's my issue.
Yeah.
Like the lady that braids my daughter's hair, she does it similar to how I'm used to, where you only have, this is the person that's coming in. If it's 8 o'clock, okay, this is my 8 o'clock appointment. I'm gonna do her, and that's the end.
Mm-hmm.
With stylists though, they will book multiple people, and it's just like,
And didn't take a walk in. And you're just like, wait, how is this happening? What are
but
we
my
doing?
issue is y'all will damn sure charge if somebody 15 minutes late, but y'all have me sitting there, like I said, for 40 minutes before y'all even said hello.
Yeah.
So that don't make no fucking sense. It really doesn't.
Before I started going to Dominican salons, I used to go to this a really, 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 really good stylist. Like, I mean, like, she used to get my hair right. But let me tell you something. I was in there a minimum of like 5 hours. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I mean, like, if I needed my hair done for that night, ma'am, you better be in there at noon. Because it was just like you had an appointment, but like, it was overbooked. So it was probably somebody in the chair when you got there. And then somebody getting something like a color, something washed out in the back that was also, I'm going to be right with you. Then she ain't ate. So she got to stop and eat. Then she always rapping.
That'd be the worst.
Like, literally, I loved the actual atmosphere of being in a black salon, but I just did not have the time to be in there all day. And
I don't
then
have the patience.
I got introduced to Dominican salons, and I've never been back. Like, literally, I ain't got to make no appointment. Like, I just walk in that thing, you wash my hair, you get me right, put me under the dryer. The longest part is sitting under the dryer.
Like, maybe that's what I need to find for Mara then.
Yeah.
Because I just can't do it. I cannot fucking do this shit. Like, as a parent with locks, I really can't do this shit because I'm so far removed from this that I'm just like, why are we in here all day? Like, I just want you to do a little bump,
and it'd be for the most simple thing. Like, yeah, I can't. My patience, like, I can't deal. Like, if you go to a Dominican salon, if it's a real popular one, at the wrong time, you might find yourself waiting for a while to go in the back and start getting washed and all that stuff like that. But like, it's not I'm sitting around, let me eat my lunch real quick, and oh, y'all selling some stuff, let me see what shirt y'all done got. Oh, okay, let me go over here because I forgot I got her. Like, it's really like they even want to get you to get in and get the hell out. Well, at least the ones that I've been to in my life, like 3 different ones, and all of them are pretty much the same way. Like, we try and get these people in and out of here.
Yeah.
Like, because if you think about it, the more people you get through there quicker, the more money you can have. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't do those salons where it's like a whole day experience. Like, the hair was lit. I'm not taking nothing from the hair. Like, actually, the styles were actually better than going to a Dominican salon because it was in the actual style.
Right.
But I don't have the patience. I can't do it no more.
When I would go with Miss Sherelle, my neighbor, when I was a teenager, I would ride in to work with her because she would start at 6 on Saturdays, and I would be her first or second client. Then I would sweep up, and then she was next door to my first job, and then around like 8, I would just go next door and do that. But if I went any later, if I couldn't get in then, it would be all day. Like you said, 5 hours. That's easy. I mean, that's bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is all day. Don't be in there trying to get no rollers in your head, no little curls or whatever.
They petty because if you got anything that you in there and you trying to get some daggone straw, remember these people used to get the little straw curls?
Yes, man.
Dog, you under that dry for 2 hours, and they petty because they will keep you under that dry longer so that they can get style some more people. Yeah, child, look, I'm hip. You not keeping me under Satan's breath for 2 hours. Like, I'm not.
Did you see that girl J. Cole's post about the stylist? Cause I feel her. She was basically saying like these new motherfucking stylists, they want you to come with your hair washed, your hair blown dry, your hair this, your hair that, bring your hair with you. And I feel them because again, trying to find somebody that's consistent, that's available, and that does it all. I got one lady to do the styling of Mars hair, then another lady to do the braiding of Mars hair, which is a bunch of bullshit. But the lady that braids the hair, I gotta wash her hair,
blow dry it, and don't put no product in it.
No product. Yeah. Bring the hair with me, and it's just like, but then I still gotta pay you $50 motherfucking $1,000.
Yeah, the girl.
And I just did the heavyweight.
The girl who like when I get my daughter's hair cornrow and stuff like that, because I'm not a braider. She wants like basically you come with it, but a lot of times I get it cheaper because I'm not in a salon. I just go to her house. So like she wants her hair to be washed, blow dry straight, and don't put no like grease and extra stuff in it or whatever. And she does a good job, but I'm like, can we get a little bit? I was about to say, can I get a little bit cheaper because I done did 50% of the work. Like I didn't.
We just did the hardest part of it. What the fuck?
Blow dry is the worst. Shit? Blow drying hair, it sucks. Okay, it just sucks. I don't like blow drying my own hair, let alone my daughter's hair, who is thick, who, may I say, does not have a perm. I'm not repeating the pattern. I have already put it out there, and I don't know if we was going to touch on this later. I don't plan on putting any chemicals in my daughter's hair. Because one time she made the comment, she was like, I wish my hair could be down like yours. Like, she's younger, so she doesn't know straight and curly, that sort of thing. She was like, I just want it to be down like yours. I was like, your hair is beautiful the way it is. If you want it to be down, it will be down by blow dry, and that's about it. But you're not going to get any type of color or perm on my watch. When you become 18 and you get a job and you paying for it, you can do whatever you want with your hair. But I'm not going to do what my mom did to me. She didn't give me a choice. I could have gone natural afterwards, but by that point, like, this is what I was comfortable with. This is what I liked all my life pretty much. So, but I'm going to let my daughter rock her natural, whatever the heck that entails. And sometimes that can be a headache because she has a lot of hair. And I'm just like, what do I do with this, baby? So I'm literally like the ponytail queen. She would get like a cute little bun. She can get like a little poof where it's out and curly, or like I can blow dry it and do like ponytails and stuff. I'm trying to get creative because, one, I'm not going to pay for cornrows all the time, and I don't cornrow. I'm really trying to learn. I wish I could because I also have a son who has so much hair as well. And, yeah.
Listen, my daughter is 11, and the few little hairstyles I could do, they were cute when she was young.
That's not rocking now.
But now that she's older, she don't want that shit. And so I obviously, being someone that has been natural for so long, I definitely used to say I don't want her to get a perm. But because I'm having so many problems, like now that we're living here, like trying to find somebody
to actually go to that know what they doing.
Right. I'm kind of just tempted for somebody to put a perm in it because it's like, I really don't know. Like, you don't understand. She got a silk press on Thursday.
Seen it, and honey was lit.
Okay. She has PE every single day at school.
Oh, so that joint probably sweated out by now.
So on Friday, it was poofed up. And I tried to do the best that I could. Again, I don't know how to do a wrap.
Right.
That, like, I could manage one on my head, but I definitely don't know how to do one on hers.
So look,
especially when it started poofing.
You need to bring the next time you up here. I'm going to teach Mara how to wrap her hair.
That's fine,
so she can do it herself.
It has to be straight enough though, because if it's poofed up, it's not doesn't.
Yeah, it's not going to
lay.
Yeah.
So that was the issue. The issue was we're trying to wrap it when it's already reverting back. So
do you know how to flat iron? Like, maybe you could have blew it out and like flat ironed it.
Because she gets braids so much, she has some damaged areas. So I don't want to flat
put a lot
iron
of heat
that
on
much.
It. Yeah.
Like the hairstylist really wants us to not do anything, but come to find out, picture day is on Thursday. Man. So I'm taking her to get braids, even though the hairstylist doesn't want me to get the little just 2 simple cornrows for picture day, because it's like, First of all,
So they don't want heat. They don't want braids. So what is Bae supposed to do with her hair?
That's where I was at. Because on Saturday I did flat iron it, but
Mm-hmm.
by Saturday night it was already
With the
again reverting
humidity and the
back.
rain, all that, it's gonna, yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like I don't. As someone who doesn't know how to do hair, I absolutely don't know what to do. At the same time, I'm not trying to do like what our moms and grandmothers did to us, and
Right.
I don't want to talk badly about her hair. I love Amara's hair.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just don't know how to goddamn do
Right.
it. So
I'm the
I
same way.
I just try not to speak negatively over it. I take it and I just make it about me. I don't say anything about the thickness or anything. I'm always just like, I'm disappointed in the fact that I don't know how to do hair. I
Right.
kind of feel like, she should take this up with Jesus, though, because while I love my daughter, I wanted a son because I knew this shit was going to happen.
Oh, my God. What sons ain't no better? Look at mine.
No, I would have cut that shit off. So
My husband's like, no, we can't cut it. But guess what? You're not the one washing and detangling
and he don't
and
even
doing
have
that.
hair. Tell him to get the fuck out of here.
Look, he used to have hair. My husband used to have hair.
I know, but
And that's
had
another
to get
thing.
the
We
fuck
ain't,
out
we
of
ain't
here.
talking about women. We ain't even touched on men with hair. So let me tell
Oh,
you
I have an
something.
article for that too. Don't worry.
I personally, with who I date, I'm married now, but when I was dating, I am anti men with hair. I would not even date you if you had hair.
That's crazy.
So the Lord knew that he was preparing my husband for me, and he cut off his hair probably like a year or so before we bumped into each other and met, because I don't do it. Like, I think he had braids at one point and he had dreads. Like, no. Like, I'm not saying it's not attractive. Like, some men look bomb with it, but I am not being with a man with hair, and that is just my own personal insecurities and stuff I got going on in my head. But yeah, I just no. It's not.
Well, you're missing out because I'm married and JT just skip over this part. So back in my single whoredom days,
Boredom.
honey, let me tell you, ain't nothing like you could pull at it, while you.
I don't want nobody who hair longer than mine. I don't want to be pulling nobody's hair.
Okay, well, if the dick is good.
You pull my hair. I'm not pulling your hair.
If y'all into it, you just grabbing and the hair is there. Mm-mm. And
I don't like hair.
I digress.
You digress.
So I actually had something up for men because they go through some of the, we haven't even gotten into the struggles of our hair in the workplace.
We haven't gotten into that. Swimming, rain, humidity.
So many things, right?
Look.
So do you remember when your guy, Mr. Vic, said something about Kaepernick and his hair?
Yes, I was so ashamed of that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Talking about, he thinks it should be, what did he say? It should be more clean cut.
Yeah.
That was what he said. So,
he tried to come back and retract it, but the damage was already done, my G. He tried to clean it up.
It was disappointing because, no shade, I expect to hear people that are not black saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as someone, Mike Vick is a whole nigga, too. So, to hear, let's call a spade a spade. For him to say that, it was just like,
my G.
I understand you trying to get your little checks. I get it, but come on, son, don't do that. Don't.
This man out here doing some real stuff, and you talking about this man here?
Yeah, I just was disappointed in that. And there's been there are literally laws out now that say that people can literally, if I go into an interview and somebody does not like the way my hair looks because it's in locks, they can literally not give me the job because of my hair. Not because I'm not qualified, but because I have locks.
When you told me that, I actually looked up some stuff, and legit, it has been rulings where cases were dismissed of discrimination about Black women not getting jobs because they had locks. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me. Back when I was working at my job, back in 2008, 2009, it was this Black guy. He had the longest dress. He was in the middle of his back. There was a salt and pepper color. He was a little bit older at the time or whatever. Nice dress. He was super nice, would come around and speak or whatever. He didn't work in my department, but he was just friendly. He got a promotion, and literally the next thing I know, his dress was cut. I don't know if it was told to him he had to cut him. I don't know if he felt pressure, like, dang, like now that I'm at a higher level and it's not too many people that look like me, maybe I should cut them. Or if it was just a personal decision and he wanted to cut him himself. I wasn't that close enough to be like, what happened? But I just kind of saw and be like, okay, it's real convenient that right after he got this promotion, he didn't cut his dreads off. So, like, I wonder if there are a lot of black people, and even it ain't that many white people in corporate America with dreads, but those that are like,
There,
do they
there.
feel they're out there, but not as many as I would say African American women and men. Like, do they feel or do they get? And you can answer this question: do you feel like you get certain looks being in a professional environment, like having natural hair or having dreads?
Not anymore because I don't give a fuck.
Oh shit!
But you know, when we first, so listeners, Dice and I met, I started working at a company that she worked at. And when I started, I would wear wigs.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why was because I was growing my second set of locks because I had started a year before. I didn't like them. I combed them out and I restarted them. So I wore wigs all the time because it was a new job. I didn't know how they would take it. Anybody that knows the whole lock process, that beginning stages, they can be, they can, they may not be as aesthetically pleasing, appealing, you know what I'm saying, as a certain thing. It was just a lot. So I wore wigs a lot, and now everybody be frying me about my wigs.
Look,
But
listeners,
but some of my wigs were cute. Fuck you.
you know what the funny thing about it was? It wasn't even the wigs per se. It was just what you did when you got off. Like, that is what cracked me the fuck up about it. It wasn't how your wigs looked. It was just the fact that you would treat that shit like a Yankees cap. And and when it was time, like literally, y'all, I'm not playing. It was time to get off of work, like literally, we would be walking to the parking lot, and Shay ass, before she even got out the lot, she driving off the lot, taking the wig off,
Yes.
throwing it in the back seat. I was
Yes.
like, ma'am, you might,
Yes.
you might as well come to work like that. Like, what are you doing? Like,
No, because I felt like I had to look a certain way, and but
girl,
the wig would be hot, girl. Nobody got time to be waiting. You
girl,
know
and then
what?
you dealing with the stress of them damn people we used to work with. Who has time?
Child. And then we lived so far from our house, so like I was not about to wait until I got home to
Oh,
take it off
dog, not on
in
that
that
long
hour
ass drive
traffic.
to
Like,
Africa.
no, fuck that. So then the craziest thing was, remember when my sister dyed my hair? I wanted it to be like a sunset orange, like
Mm-hmm.
the orange, reddish, brownish. It ended up being like pumpkin orange.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to give a briefing that morning. And I will, you probably don't remember, but this guy was looking for me and he came to your, was it your office or was it? It was somebody else's office, and he was looking for me, but he couldn't remember my name. And he was like, the lady with the orange hair. But like,
I don't remember that.
yes. And then everybody's like, oh, yeah, you talking about Shay, you talking about Shay. So the whole time I was like, see, a bitch should have wore a wig. This is what I get for trying to be free and open. Like, no. Now,
I'm looking for the. He probably was trying to be real,
yes,
real
he
politically.
was.
I'm looking for the young lady with the tangerine hair.
So in the beginning stages, not even just that, but like your old boss,
Mm-hmm.
he used to ask me all the time. So, I mean, what are you trying to accomplish here? Like, are these dreadlocks? And you know, he's a sarcastic
He's
asshole.
such a jerk.
So I would be like, fam, I'm growing locks. Well, they just don't look. And it's like, first of all, are you the fucking expert in locks? How the fuck
Look,
would you know how they look in the
he swear
beginning?
he an honourary black man. I'm
And he's
telling
not.
you,
Just
he's
because his
definitely
wife knows Wu-Tang songs doesn't
he
mean he
think he
gets
got
invited to the cookout.
grandfathered in, right?
No. Fuck out of here. Lucky I won't say his name on this page.
Please don't. Please don't. He still works with my company.
I
Please
know.
don't.
But fuck out of here in case you listening.
If he listening, I die. Hey.
Now I'm at a point where I don't give a fuck though. Like this is me. I'm not changing my hair for work. I'm not changing my hair. I mean, I could definitely probably understand the pressures. I think if I had a higher, better paying position, maybe I would care more about the upkeep of it more so. But girl, I put a headband on this bitch and walk out with this new growth for weeks.
Look, I'm about the cute India Ari. I'm not my hair. Even though that, like, for real, even though, like, it was a couple of songs, like, that I really liked, that wasn't one of my favorite songs by her. But, like, the message is, like, kind of lit. Like, get it? Like, you just gonna accept all of this whole hair journey, everything that comes with me.
Would you let your daughter lock her hair?
Whoa! At 18, sure.
So, my father was the same way. My cousin, hey Rachel, I have hair envy to this day. She locked her hair. I don't know how old she was, but I know I was hella young.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like way before the whole natural hair movement was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I wanted locks like when I was a teenager. And I remember my father saying I could not get my hair locked because it was too permanent and blah, 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 blah. But I knew I wanted it. And now I get mad every time because I'm like, my hair would have been touching it would have been on the floor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I had started then, he wouldn't let me. But I knew I wanted my hair locked. Mm-hmm. Like even then, and then I was going to lock it around this time. Like my brothers and my sisters locked theirs. But child, I was dealing with this dude who I just knew I was gonna marry. I was so in love, and this little hoe ass nigga cheated on me. Mm-hmm. But this little bitch was like, I just like women with straight hair, and I just really like the way your hair looks now. I don't think you should lock it. And being young, dumb, and full of cum, I just went ahead and went along with it. And what the hell he do? He just cheated anyway.
Like, so it ain't matter if my hair was straight or curly, honey.
Okay, and he still would have fucked. And that's really what it boils down to. Because
I got a good girlfriend who has dreads, and her daughter is around the same age as my daughter, and her daughter's hair is locked, and it is super, super cute. But I mean, she's a stylist, so like she keeps it looking good. She got she knows how to do all the updos and all the styles. Look, I am not there. I'm not even close to there. So like I'm saying, these ponytails and these buns and these poofs, that's what I'm working with. So like,
so you wouldn't let her lock her hair though, because that's still being natural.
No, bro, you still gotta like style it. It still ain't like, I don't know how to like twist it and like do like relock. I don't know nothing about that.
Auntie Shay got you, boo, if you ever want to lock them.
I don't even know nothing about natural. Like I do good enough because like I can blow dry enough where I can like put some braids in it, or like I said, I can do like a wash and put it in a bun and let the bun be curly, because she does cheerleading, and during the season they usually do like one ponytail or two ponytails and then put a bow on it. So like those ponytails are natural. Like I'm not like blow drying her hair and like using a curling iron to curl it, because her hair will get poofy. So I'm just doing the little wash and go ponytail. But like, dog, like all I know is perm straight down. Like when I say I'm plain Jane, like I have the same hairstyle since I was like probably like a teenager from now. Like I don't do nothing with my hair. So I can only imagine if this hair had more body and more curl and more frizz, it would stress me out. Like I just need it to be plain and just lay there. I want to just wrap it and wake up in the morning, unwrap it, and be like, ta-da, there it is. Like, I don't have time with figuring out what product works on my hair. Like, I don't.
That is definitely an issue. Finding the right, when I was natural before I locked it, I just had my hair out, and it grew out and it was healthy, it was beautiful. But trying to find the right product for twist outs
and it's expensive, because you could buy a bottle of something that you done read all the reviews and everything on it, and that joint like $15, and you get home and it don't work on your hair, and you stuck with that. Like,
but I feel like I feel like for some hair, like I feel like naturally, I don't want to say that because words and
trying to be politically correct.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I feel like trying to find the right product for your hair when it's perm matters too, because I think my issue with getting the perm was that I got the perm, but I still live with my mom, and my mom wasn't doing anything with my hair when it wasn't perm. So she damn sure wasn't doing anything once it got perm, because she already didn't want me to do it in the first place. So I didn't know. We didn't have Google then. We didn't have Pinterest then. So I didn't have anything to look up, like what kind of oils to put in my hair and what kind of shampoos and conditioners I should be using.
You think I
But
do? You think I know what products
I
that
think you could, but you have
I
to.
use what the Dominicans have in that bottle
But
at the
everybody don't
sink.
have the money for Dominicans. That's probably another reason why I cut all my hair off, because I was broke as hell back then.
It's I don't know. I was gonna
But
say it's cheaper than me going out here buying all these products to be natural. Like I feel like either way, you coming up with some type of cost, whether it's a salon cost to get it laid, or it's a salon cost to put it in a protective style, or to buy some type of product to keep it the way you want. Either way, you coming up off some money if you
I
want it to
think
be.
if you research enough, it's not. Because let me tell you, that Eco Styler
It's
jug,
lit.
that shit lasts forever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I use that on my daughter's head. I used to use coconut oil. That was my saving grace. But then
Can't use
she
that
got
shit
this
no more.
daggone allergy, and now she's allergic to coconuts. But I use it on my son's hair, and I use it on my hair, and it is love. But that and that daggone Eco Style lit.
I used when I finally I will admit in the beginning I was kind of like a product whore, like because I was trying to find anything, and finally somebody was like, bitch, you don't need all that, you need to just wash your hair with this, put some Eco Styler in there, and maintain it with some oil. And so it really, I got down to like 3 products. And I think even with my locks, I've had to go back to that. Like now I have a jug, like a little spray bottle. I have some water. I pour 3 different oils in there, and that's how I moisturize my hair now. Because the grease that I was buying, it wasn't really doing anything. My hair would be dry the next day, and then it was hard. It was like I was using too much of the grease trying to get like my ends and stuff. But now I just got my spray bottle,
And it
that's
worked
it.
good.
And then I got my shampoo, conditioner, and I have my aloe. I still have the Eco Styler, but I have aloe vera gel now.
Oh, that sounds like you was about to be like FOBO. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Yeah, I
Yeah.
have shampoo in my house because of my children. When I say, and I don't know if it's because I'm a tomboy. I've always grown up as a tomboy, so I don't really pay a little bit in adulthood. I do it a little bit more, but I don't really pay a lot to my looks. So I really don't care about my hair as long as it's not looking crazy wild and like my edges won't lay down. And I'm like, all right, look, I need to do something. But I don't wash my own hair. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't wash my own hair. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't feel like sitting in the shower or putting my head in the sink to wash my own hair, then sitting there to detangle it and blow dry, then flat iron it or the style. I don't have the patience nor the time. So the shampoo that's in my home is for my son and my daughter because I am not doing my own hair. I don't have it. So I can only imagine with natural hair, if I had to put product in it and do twist outs and bantu knots and whoop de boop boop, I
It would
don't.
be so cute,
And I
but
don't
I
have
get
the
it.
time or the patience. That's too much. Like I have friends that do all of that. Like they have the natural hair, they have to do the twist outs and all that stuff like that. Dog, give me a brush. Let me wrap this shit, put a scarf on it, and go to fuck to sleep. I don't feel like sitting up for an hour trying to prep and then have to wake up in the morning to take it down. And then what if my twist out don't come out right? God damn, I'm gonna have to deal with this half curl looking good, half curl not. I don't, and I don't care that much about my looks to even give that much effort, honestly.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel like I feel like we still are only like hitting
Just
this.
just brushing the surface. It's
There's,
so
I feel like
much.
this might have to be like a
It
two-parter
definitely
when
could
I
be a
think
part
about
two.
it, because there's even my little articles that I have up. I'm like, we ain't even talked about that yet. What y'all appropriating asses? Look at that shit.
Because we ain't even gone to no history and then we talking about us and our preferences.
Okay.
Because we can definitely do part two. Because look, we can get
Because
into it.
we can get into it. What, listeners? We're gonna have a part 2 because we're gonna talk about the history.
We want to educate y'all.
The history and the I want to talk about our hair in the media because that has definitely changed over the years.
And it also puts in a lot of our heads on how we feel like we should look. Subconsciously, if you don't feel that way, you see all. You know what? We're gonna talk about it in part 2. We're not even gonna touch on it right now.
Okay. Part 2 next week.
Part 2 next week. It is.
Okay.
Check it up. We get to one little episode 10, and now we having part 2s. Oh,
yes, because the 0 is the intensifier.
All right, well.
So, have you seen this goddamn Mashonda Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys press tour, whatever the fuck this is?
Look, so what? I can't speak too much on it.
Shit, I can't.
But it couldn't be me. That's gonna be my statement. It couldn't be me.
I co-parent with my daughter's father, and I don't have no issue with his fiance. However, and nothing happened, and even slightly the way things happened with them. All I'm saying is I remember loving hip hop seasons 1 and 2, and Mashonda was not here for none of the shits. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if they just all fucking each other. But let me tell you, everybody got me fucked up. I was looking at her damn interview like, is this bitch in Scientology now? Why is she talking like this? What in the fuck? Girl, just blink your ass twice if you in a goddamn sunken place.
Shut your
Get
damn
Alicia
mouth.
Keys the fuck out of here. Listen, I'm not here for none of it. I still fuck with Swiss. I know that's some sexist shit because he got them beats. But goddamn it. I know. Listen, fuck y'all. Judge your mom. I like his music. He's trash. Swizzy. They all trash. I just want them to stop playing on my intelligence because I remember she used to go on Twitter. She was on that goddamn show. She was not here for Alicia Keys, and we not family now. Okay, I don't believe it. Sister wives can suck a dick. We're not doing that.
I'm sleep.
I just wanted to see if somebody else goddamn saw this shit last week because
I definitely saw it, but like I said, I'm
awake and I co-parent, and I want to put that out there. I co-parent, and I have a really good relationship with my daughter's father. Like a lot of my friends don't have the kind of relationship we have, and I still ain't about to go on no motherfucking press tour with his fiance. Yeah. We're not doing that. Yeah. Like, we did dinner for my daughter's birthday last year, and I was like, whew, that's enough for this year, guys. That's the extent of co-parenting. Y'all can say it's maturity and all the other shit. If somebody took my man, and I don't give a fuck, Mashonda said that she took her man. And I don't want to hear that. If he was really my man, he couldn't get taken. Bitch, everybody could get taken. Fuck out of here. Okay? Everybody. If a woman took my man, I could see myself being mature enough to coexist for the sake of our kids, but I'm not going to Egypt with you. We're not going on vacations. You cannot write the foreword in my book. Oh my God. We're not sitting.
I did not know that part.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just gonna say it couldn't be me. Guys. You're a better woman than me.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, did you watch the finale? I think it was the finale or the second part to Braxton Family Values with Ayanla when she finally came back.
And we got to get Tamar the fuck out of here too.
Look, let me tell you something. That ugly cry.
Get that the fuck. And I like Tamar, and
I love Tamar,
but she was just wrong.
Yeah.
She was wrong, and I feel like ain't nobody ever telling her that she's wrong. It took a Virgo to humble that ass.
Look, Evelyn, her mama.
She said, I got you. I said,
she gathered her together.
Finally.
Like, it's so funny because I was just like, yo, I don't understand why. And like, maybe it's because, the deepest thing that on those episodes that I heard was Ayanla say, Tamar is the physical manifestation of what Evelyn wants to say. How she's actually feeling on the inside. I was like, yo, that's deep as shit.
And
Because
everybody agreed.
Yep, because I never thought of it like that. I'm just like, yo, I know she's been through a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't even think about the whole all the sisters leaving her and she being there with, her mom and her dad wasn't together and that sort of thing. And I knew she was acting out and being extra and stuff for a reason. I was like, maybe she's hurt. Then the whole thing came out with her being, the whole situation with her family member when she was molested or raped or whatever. But dog, when she said that, I said, yo, for real, everything that her mom has gone through, like, she tried to keep it cute and real composed, but like literally they the same person. It's just that like Evelyn can reel hers in, and Tamar's like, for what? She's like the little, how you have the angel and the devil on the shoulder. Tamar's like, no, Tony, you could be the angel on one side and I'm about to be in this bitch on the other. But yeah, Ayanna got them all the way together. She even got Miss Tony together. She's like, no, you're not about to sugarcoat this. That was a broken commitment. I don't give a damn if you was late or not.
Thank God Tony finally said it. She don't like them hoes.
Yes. When she said that, I said, "Ooh, I know they about to have a conversation." Like they little friends. She was like, "If y'all was not my family, y'all definitely would not be my friends." And you see how they cut the trend. She's like, "I think she just said that because she was coming from a place of her." No, ma'am, she meant it. She said that she would not be y'all damn friends if y'all was not her sister. She said. Right. She said what she said.
Listen, I definitely was just like, they making her feel like she's ashamed for taking the record deal.
Yeah, and it's always been like that. And then the fact that they just like, whenever you get put on, then put us on. Like she even said it, like, I felt the pressure that I had to have my family on my back. And it was just like a lot. And she even said, I feel like if that didn't happen, like I would have really soared. So she basically like her family held her back. I said, you better put it out there then, Tony. But yeah.
Team Tony.
For sure. For shizzle. Now she out here marrying Birdman. Lord Jesus.
No, not team that. He's so ugly.
Child, look.
Nope. Not enough money.
Nope. Sorry. Well, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Well, we
wait.
Oh, good and bad?
One. Yes, bad and good. Because we're leaving on a positive note.
Okay, so one negative thing was something that I want to release, or something bad that happened this week, or what am I talking about? Bad what? Which one?
Whichever one.
So since we were talking about hair, I'm going to stay with that. So this week I was really annoyed because I went to the salon when I went to a wedding. I touched on that earlier in the episode that I went to a friend's wedding. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to get my hair done. So I went to a salon that I have never been to before, but it was closer. And I was like in a short time frame. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go to this one and I should be good. I walked in the salon. And that's why I was commentating when you were saying the whole not the relationship, the whole situation that you had when you went in there, you was sitting there and nobody greeted you. So I walked in the salon and they had a little sign-in joint and there was a lady in the front. She was doing the styling and stuff. Like she was styling somebody in the chair. So I signed them and there was like a seat in the front, like, like a little chair. So I sit down and she glanced at me. I said, hey, how you doing? She's like, hi. So I'm sitting there, and in my mind, I'm kind of like looking back in the back, like, I don't see nobody washing no hair back there, but all right, I guess they slow today. Like, even though it's like only 3 of us in the salon, I guess they, kind of slow. So then I see an older lady come in, probably like 10 minutes after me sitting there, older lady comes in the door. She signs in too and starts walking in the back. And so I kind of looked at the lady. I was like, so am I supposed to go in the back? She was like, yeah, that's where you go to get your hair washed.
How would you have known that?
I said, I'm a jerk. I was like, oh, okay, because I've never been here, so I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was supposed to go in the back. So I go in the back or whatever. And it's a lady sitting there with color in her hair, and then it's the older lady that came in front of me, and then me. So probably like 15 minutes later, the lady who was styling comes back in the back. One, she goes to the old lady first, because I guess she went in the back first, so she's picking her to wash, which I was hella annoyed, because I'm like, bitch, you seen me come in this fucking door before her. But whatever, because she walked in the back first, now you gonna wash her first. whatever. So she washed her hair. And so while she washing her hair, she was talking to the lady who was waiting for the color to process. I was like, I got you next. Like, the lady who does the washing and stuff, like, yeah, she had a doctor's appointment, so she's not in. So I was like, so you here by yourself? She was like, yeah. I said, wait. I said, so you're styling, washing, and rolling? She was like, yeah. I said, do you want me to come back later? She was like, no, 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 mommy, I got you. I got you. So I took a deep sigh because I was like, look, we can make a decision. We can go to this daggone wedding with a ponytail with nappy edges, or you can pray for some type of a spirit of speediness to come upon her. Long story short, we went through the whole thing. I sat under the dryer. She got everybody rolled up and stuff like that. So I'm under the dryer. And it was a lady who got done. And I saw her go to the front to go pay. And then she went to like a little ATM part an ATM machine to get money. So I'm not paying it because I had earphones in my ears. And so I just thought she was getting cash to tip. Not my business. I'm minding my business. So then when I finally get from under the dryer, I go sit in a styling chair, and it's a lady that's talking, and she's just like, yeah, I tried to get money out of the ATM, but the ATM's broken. And the lady was like, it's not broken. Like the lady who's styling my hair, the one lady that worked there, it's not broken. And she's like, well, I just tried to get money out and it wouldn't come out. And she kind of like gave her the little, well, bitch, that's not my fault, like type shit. So in my mind, I'm like, yo, this customer service is trash as shit. So I'm just like, not my business, whatever. So once again, I'm just like, bitch, why don't you just pay with your card? Like, I'm literally minding my own business. So she finished styling my hair. She give me the price. I whip out my card. She was like, cash only. I said, what? She said, yeah, I'm only accepting cash. I said, oh, I guess I should have been paying attention and not minding my business. So then I do the deep sigh. I was like, all right, well, she was like, the ATM is back there. I said, but the lady said it didn't work. She's like, it works. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to go back here and try, even though even though I was minding my business, two ladies tried to go to this ATM and it wasn't working. Go. Of course, it don't work. I said, yeah, it don't work. She's like, I don't know why you saying it don't work, because it works. And so this other lady was like, man, it's a liquor store right next door. You could just use their ATM because theirs works. I said, oh, I love that shit. I said, all right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Long story short, I hate bad customer service.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I really, really do. Like, and that's with restaurants. I seen a post today on my nephew's page. I'm sure you're not listening to this podcast, but on my nephew's page, where it was talking about how, like, basically you are supposed to tip when you go to restaurants. So that should be a whole nother topic.
No,
and
I'm not tipping if you had
bad service.
And
it was someone, I guess, who was a waitress and was just like going in about all this other stuff and like, no, we only get paid, blah blah. And my nephew got her all the way together and was like, look, I am not going to overpay for a meal and come up with an extra tip because you have a bad job choice. If they not paying you what you worth, then you need to go somewhere else. But I'm not about to be giving you this big ass tip. and
because I actually tip really well.
I tip very well if you deserve it. But if you coming with me with attitude and you slapping my plate down and I can't get you to get me a refill of water for 20 minutes, then it's going to reflect in what you get. But
honey, let me tell you, your male best friend, he don't play no games. We went out to eat once and we sat there and I wasn't even paying no attention. And he was like, we still don't got no napkins. Oh, $1 down. I said, ooh.
The countdown begins. Let me say something. I was petty as a child. When the pizza man would, I didn't believe in tipping at all when I was a kid. I just didn't understand it. So the pizza man would come and I grew up in DC. So they was like, actually, like, it's no tip. I was like, your tip is to look both ways before you cross the street. Goodbye. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and my mom used to be weak. She's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're supposed to give a tip. I'm like, look, you paid enough for this pizza. We're not giving them extra money. She's like, they don't have salaries. I was like, well, look, get another job. Like, I was not here for no pizza.
I give really good tips. And I will say that even when the service is not good, I will usually still give a 10% tip. But there have been instances where it has been so bad. One time I almost got in a fight with the waiter,
Man,
which was crazy because it didn't even start with me. It was
yikes.
somebody else in my group that the beef started with.
Mm-hmm.
And she was upset because, and this is disrespectful, but we left 4 pennies because it was four of us that had went out. So her tip was 4 cents. So she came out.
Petty.
This was at the goddamn. It used to be what's now Fridays, but it used to be the Unos and Largo Town Center.
Mm.
The bitch came out. Fuck y'all bitches. I make more money than all of y'all. And da 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 da.
Ooh.
And I was just like, but you work at Uno's, so how? How
How
swag?
swag?
So she
Yeah.
was like really trying to fight, and for whatever reason, she was trying to fight me, but I was the silent one the whole time. Like, I don't even, we'd be here for an additional 40 minutes talking about this shit.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
the moral
got
of my
almost,
story, I don't like bad customer service. And if you have a problem with people and you're not a people's person, then I believe that you should go into a different profession. Don't be a receptionist. Don't be anything where you got to see and deal with some aggy people and you giving me bad energy. I don't get another job. Like, I don't like bad customer service. So that's the bad thing that happened to me this week. And let's see, are we talking? Because I'm like all over the place. So something negative that I want to release this week is wasting money. I'm going to go ahead and jump to a whole nother damn topic. I need to
what
do
you waste
better.
money on?
Every life, eating.
Food.
Yes. Eating. That's exactly what I'm wasting my daggone money on. Goddamn food, which brings me to the positive that I am for real about to start watching what I eat. Because like I be out here eating out way too much. Like I grab lunch, like I go to the grocery store and call myself about to cook something lit. I cook it for everybody else and then I go to Chipotle. Like I really need to get my life in order or I'm gonna be on my 600-pound life. So that's my good and my bad. What you got, boo?
um, what's bad? What's bad? I don't know if anything bad happened last. Okay, I would really like to have sex.
Oh,
Um, I am in need. I have been using my toy every day
oh
for the
my
past
god.
week, and I'm actually over the toy. There was once upon a time in my life I did this where I used it every day, and I got so frustrated I threw it out the wall, and then it broke,
Oh
and
man.
it didn't work anymore, and then I was upset
You were
because it's the only
sad.
toy I had. I have more now in my older age. However, I'm tired of looking at them. I would like my husband to come home and give me real penis.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because he has a deployment next year, he is gone a lot. They do these workups leading up to the deployment. So he's only home for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then he's gone again.
That
He
sucks.
doesn't get home until like November 1st.
Mm.
Like, so I'm feeling this way, and I'm going to be feeling this way for a few more weeks.
Right, almost a couple
And
more weeks.
and it's trash because I dead ass just am looking at these toys like, oh, here we are again, guys.
Just me and you.
I'm tired of porn. I'm sick of all this shit. I want to be completely done. I just want like a body with teeth, and I want someone to grab my hair, and my toys can't do any of those things.
No.
So I want to release this sexual tension that I cannot release the right way. I just want it to go away.
Right.
I just want to think about like cats and dogs, and like I just want my mind to be on something else because right now, I mean, what can I do?
Yeah.
Who's getting dick? Not me.
Right.
Um,
I'm sorry, boo.
and the good thing is, I don't know that I have backup toys in case I break one. I
All
don't
right.
know,
Look.
guys.
All right. All right. This is gonna be in no.
Episode 10.
We thank you guys for tuning in with Shay and
Well,
Dice.
wait. What's something that you want to happen this week? You didn't say that. What's one good thing you want to
Oh
occur
no, I was
in the next
saying.
7 days?
Oh no, I was saying like I'm gonna start really for
Oh yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I said a couple weeks ago, like when we both agreed that we were gonna do better, and I was just like, yeah. and I didn't. But like, for real, like I needed to get it together, not only because I'm going to be on my 600-pound life, but also like I'm spending way too much money, extra money on eating out too much. So that and liquor, like it's just taking all my money. So yeah.
I'm not gonna do nothing this week, y'all. So my life is just gonna be the same way it is probably next week. I'm probably gonna be mad again.
I'm be like, you gonna get you gonna use a double whammy like me, like with the sick. You gonna do the same one next week.
Yeah, because I'm definitely gonna still want to have some goddamn sex.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
this is bullshit, y'all. If you're a military spouse, you know it's some bullshit. Come on, let me know. Write me a letter.
Yeah.
The chattypattys@yahoo.com. Okay.
Come on.
Tell me about the bullshit, because sis, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys need to start a support group, the Chatty Patty support group.
We need. Never mind.
All right. Look, this is episode 10. Hair Tingz Part 1. And we thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Oh, real quick before we go.
Oh, yeah.
That Safari mode would be amazing right now.
And we also are on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at the Chatty Pattys. And we thank you for tuning into our shenanigans and listening.
What does he say?
Straight. All right, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.